Hey, you guys, it's been really nice these past few days to have some sunshine, and I see daffodils poking up in the ground, and the birds are singing a lot, and I'm really looking forward to more and more spring coming at us, although we are due for an afternoon storm today. So anyhow, I've come here to talk to you about constructive ways to work with your own energy field. And I'm feeling like this is something that's really important in the next few days, who knows, weeks to come. How would I know? It's just an idea. But I do feel that shit, and I mean shit, and I don't mean feces, I mean bullshit, is getting really thick. And I just wonder sometimes, is all of this what it seems to be, or is there something or some things going on that we don't really know about and probably won't know about for some time? Who knows? Just an idea. But anyhow, I've come to share with you a technique that if you've worked with me for a while, we may have discussed this technique in person. And if you haven't worked with me before, it's one of those that I have to be willing to be really vulnerable to share with you because you're going to see I look a little bit crazy when I do that. But let's face it, the world is going crazy right now. And so while we could have a desire to practice mindfulness and be yogic and shit, and I am yogic and shit, but sometimes it's just really hard to settle down and be good and be still and let go and let God and all of that good stuff when we're dealing with a lot of emotions coming to the surface that are not comfortable to feel. So what do we do with that? What do we do with those moments where it's like, oh, dear God, please come help me. But God, I just don't believe that you can do that. Oh, but please, God, please come help me. Oh, but fuck it, God, I just feel like shit. I'm so fucking frustrated by all of this bullshit that's going on in the world. And I'm worried about feeding my kids, and I'm worried about my money, and I'm worried about losing my job, and blah, 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 blah. And it goes on and on and on, and it just doesn't seem to settle down when it's that vicious cycle of fear that's out of control. So there is a technique, and it's scream therapy. And the idea here is that you want to move all of that energy from inside your body. Don't stuff it down. Don't let it create more sense of dis-ease within you. You got to release it. Now, do you have to intellectualize it as you release it? No, it's better if you don't. It's better if you just say, look, I see this, whatever it is I'm sensing, I'm feeling inside me. I see it, I feel it, I perceive it just as energy. And energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be transmuted, and it can be recycled, and it can be transformed. So if I could take this discordant energy from within me and release it to the universal life force in the sky, we don't really know what we call that sometimes, but it's there. If I could just give that up without really thinking about it and make more space within myself to have a chance to root myself in divine groundedness, let's say it that way. If I could offer up to myself a few moments of peace from this restless stirring, would I be willing to do that? So that's the premise of scream therapy. Now, this is a technique that you're definitely going to want to practice social distancing with. You don't want to do this in front of people that don't know you. You don't want to do this to maybe in front of people that do know you, because they're going to think you're a lunatic. Trust me. All right, so this is how it works. You scream in a place where you feel really safe to do that, and you don't tell anybody about it afterwards, and you just let it go. And how do you know when you're done with any single session of scream therapy? Well, you'll know because you don't judge it. You just let it go until the energy goes through its various stages of expression. It could start off as, oh man, it's really hard to scream. It could then turn into rage. It could turn into sighing. But at some point it's going to change, and it will become laughter. And so that's the premise of it. Now, I did choose a place where I am very socially isolated right now, and I am in a cemetery, and people don't really care about what I do here. I often come here to run intervals, but nobody's watching me here except for you. So I'm just willing to do this for you, willing to do this for us in this moment, because I have used this from time to time, and it has helped me. And I know that if you're willing to be vulnerable with yourself, it will help you too. Okay, so here we go. Don't look.